All right, back at it. I'm sure if you're following along on this Domar build, the 6400/73/7900. So anyways, here's the cylinder that I was working on the last one. I told you I was going to do is the 7300, turning out to be more the plug straight up and down versus that one. And let's put them side by side here so you can kind of see. You know, come to find out, a reason I did, this is a few years back, found a deal. I think it was about $100 if I remember correctly. OEM cylinder. The fins were different. Of course, the plug's different. The numbers were different off of here. And so, and then of course, it did not have a plug over here to where you can screw in your handle vibration mount. So anyways, let's get to the exciting stuff. Is I think I'm finally done. Would I recommend this? No, because you're gonna have to modify some more. I'm gonna have to modify the plastic and that kind of stuff. But if you're frugal and you just want to, you know, see what you can do, it bolts on, same cylinder roughly. You can kind of see the intakes. So kind of see what I did with the port work, give it a little bit of widening lungs. That's because this pin is right in the center of the piston for this one. It's a 50mm cylinder instead of 52 for the 7900. And so obviously I had cut some fins down. Like this is all the way down, right? So I had to cut some fins down over here. This is not going to be any posing of an issue. I had to trim the fins here because it was a little bit different. It was rubbing on the cover. I will travel plastic. This is what I did for the mount. I had to sink a piece of aluminum in there all the way down, as you can kind of see, and I put some JB Weld in along the seams. I fitted it in there. I tapped it so it has the right screw. I put a pin or screw all the way down, and that's what I used. And I'll use some high thread, high temp, high strength Loctite for that to hold it in there. It should work. So combination, a little bit of JB Weld, not a whole lot, just a little along the edges there, solidify and back and back. A lot of grinding, so it was a pain, as you can kind of see. So anyway, there's factory, there's homemade, and I believe it's going to work. So obviously I had to trim some fins down here. There are some differences in height overall. You can kind of see a little bit of difference in height. Across here is a little higher than over here in this point, if it shows up on the camera. Had to clearance some of these fins so that the brake handle, because when you pull it, there's the exhaust, is going to do it. So I'm not going to worry about this top exhaust bolt over on this. I suppose I could, you know, tap a little bit and do it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll figure out another way to secure it. It's a very light muffler, so we'll see if it does. Anyways, there's my semi-polished up exhaust. You can kind of see in there. I shaped it up a little bit, raised it quite a bit. It was 110 on the exhaust. I am now at I believe I'm going to be like at 101 on the exhaust. There's factory, if you can kind of see in there. Let's see what this one is like. Maybe this one was cleaner. Need some light, don't I? So anyways, let's go this route. There you can kind of see down in there the exhaust, factory, exhaust, what I did, let's go back a little bit more so you can kind of see. Everybody loves seeing somebody else's grinding and port work, and then probably commenting on what it is, the diabolical mess it is. Oh, wait. Well, I grabbed a 6400 cylinder here. Let's move that aside, put this one up here. Here, this is a 6700. So it's even more dramatic. So 6400 open port is what I was comparing to. Apologize there, guys. So anyways, let's see if I can get something to prop up. There we are. So let's see what we got. There's a 52 millimeter 7900. Those are all untouched. You can kind of see what I did in there. Here's what I did to some of the lowers to gasket match it a little bit. It, you know, it looks more dramatic than it already is. The upper transfers are definitely dramatic because that has definitely be a lot different than this a little bit. And I had to move them like basically a country mile to get them up there, because this one was at 134 and these are more like 120, I believe 8, somewhere in there. So I believe my transfers are now sitting at 124, 125 is where these ones are going to sit. Pain in the butt to do upper transfers, by the way. So, and you can kind of see, let's get in there. Everybody can see. Did not cut the squish band. It was without a gasket, 15 thousandths. And so I'm going to go with the gasket. Base gasket is going to put me about 27, roughly. Let's see. Exhaust. So there it is. That's kind of what we're looking at. So anyways, now it's basically getting it back together. Let me show you what I did to gain about a degree. Is I kind of smooched that a little bit. I went from hand filing this down. You see, is there's plenty of ring here, but it's tapered to get a bunch of stuff here. So got tapered and I got about a degree there. So that's what my piston looks like. Well, hope you enjoy, and the next one will be at running.